All right, what is up? Your favorite episode and mine. We got BK, Michelle, and Jack Bauer, which can only mean one thing. The gang is drafting today. More regional championships means more chances for me to get my ass absolutely handed to me in a race-brain draft. Will I keep the momentum that I got from Phoenix? Probably not, but we're going to find out on today's show. The Road Runner, fastest woman on the Jersey Shore. If she's in a race, she's going to stick her nose in it. We've got Michelle Navarro. Michelle, how are we doing today?
Doing good. Happy Sunday for us. Is a good one today. Baked some bread. Got a long run in. Can't complain.
Do we have new art in the background, or did you just refresh?
It is the same.
Things?
I haven't spent much.
Okay, but I haven't
there.
seen that sunset pic though. Did you just get a little wider camera angle?
I think it's a wider camera angle.
It looks nice. Did you paint that?
Thank you. I did.
Most talented member of RMR as well, and fresh off.
Are you RMR?
Michelle?
Me?
Yeah.
Team Rich.
What do you mean?
I thought like
Michelle is RMR.
Corporate?
Oh, heck yeah, dude. Who do you think designs all that fresh? You think Rich is doing that? You think Rich is designing that gear? No, he has got a graphic designer on the payroll.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Wow. I thought it was it was like unusually non-Philly tacky. Now I know why.
That's because Michelle's doing it.
Got it.
Yeah, that ain't Rich. That ain't Rich. And fresh out of bingo night. This man is going to keep those stats straight, and he's going to take your money at the local bingo hall. We got Jack Bauer. Jack, how we doing?
Doing a lot better. Hopefully my voice is sounding better. It's not really.
Way better.
Michelle laughed at it last episode. Had a few.
It's not
cracks in there. Yeah, but to address what Matt said, I went to bingo. Just do something different on Friday. Audrey walked out with $100, $7 to get in, $100 out. It was a good day.
No, they got you.
Hey, that's good. Hey, you know what? The points man himself. That's a good ROI. We might see
1,400% roughly. Yeah, that's good ROI.
Pretty good. Pretty good. And the godfather of shoes in all things OCR and hybrid. I saw this man getting tagged on random Adidas posts all week long. He convinced me and Michelle to join the Japanese brand. We are both going to rock some Rebellion Pro Wave lows at our next race because of this man. Still can't beat any high school girls in a foot race, though. BK, how we doing?
I will beat a high school girl, Matt.
A high school girl, but not the top high school girls.
I get to pick. I'm a high school teacher. I can find one girl in our school that I can just smoke in a foot race.
That's all it takes. All it takes is one.
Just takes one.
All it takes is one. And that is our panel for today. We are going to be talking all things HYROX North American Championship. We are so excited. Look, we've had some big North American championships throughout the years. We had the year that Magida and Dylan came from behind. That was an exciting race. That feels like ages ago. It feels like a different generation of HYROX. It really wasn't that long ago, though. We also had the North American Championship. Was it 2 years ago where we featured the Go Ruck division? Y'all remember that? Gave away $10,000 for rucking. This year, just straight up, we got big stakes on the line, Elite 15. But before we get to that, we had some racing this weekend. So let's go ahead and cover that. Then I got a quick topic, and we will jump in to the draft. Down in Brazil and Fortaleza, probably said that wrong. Listen, a lot of you got in my DMs this week letting me know about how bad I butchered those names. I'd like to see you get on a live camera with the likes of BK and Jack staring down into your soul as you try to pronounce some European-ass names, and you let me know how well you do, all right? So all those people, all that hate mail, get out of here. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'll be better. down in Brazil.
You
Your top
deserved it
five.
after that Tour de France one though. That was such a
Yeah,
bad
but
one. That was,
dude, I'm
No hate
prefacing.
is deserved.
Stop.
but
Time out.
bracket.
I'm prefacing this because I'm about to absolutely do another horrible job down in HYROX Brazil.
I just have one question for Brett, because
Oh,
Bracken's
here
been
we
here since
go.
the beginning. No. It's not about you. Rich has had some abominations for pronunciations through the years. That one right there was perhaps the worst in show history. But anyway, good luck.
Wasn't
for,
good.
Brazil.
Europeans can't say our names. We can't say theirs. Everything's equal.
Yeah, how do you think they're saying Bracken? Bracken.
There's a lot of different people saying a lot of different things. But Eastern Europe, they're the only ones to say Crocker.
Cracker.
Cracker everywhere else.
Bracken, Craker. All right, down in Brazil, your top five men: João Almeida, 60-49; Victor Becker, 64-03; Eduardo Moreira de Souza, 64-31; Augustine Davis, 66-24; and rounding out your top five, Luis Carlo Guida, 66-28. Yao takes the 105 points down in Brazil. Women's side. Carola Vergara Ferreira, 71-50. Fernanda Lucina Ribeiro, 73-11. I am going to call my good friend Pelayo Menendez Fernandez and have him teach me how to say these names because I am just butchering this. Stephanie Kowalski do Carmos, 73-40. Leticia Marquez, 75-03. And rounding out your top five, Pamela Gaffoni, 75-35. And over in Taiwan, we raced in Taipei. Your top five were Pierre Algret, 58-21, Bay Tuchik, 60-36, Jack Musgrove, 61-13, Alejandro Villar, 61-57, and Aaron Price rounding out your top five, 62-01. And then on the women's side, this is a big one. This is going to shake some things up. Look, Jack has been saying, and I believe Bracken too, and actually even Michelle, I think all three of you have been saying, watch out.
Talking.
A lot of people been talking about Calypso Sheridan, and one of these days it was gonna click, and she was gonna do some damage, and some damage she did over in Taiwan with a 60-03. Jack, keep me honest. I think that's a 2-minute PR, getting hot at the right time, right before this Brisbane regional. Jack's going to verify that in the background. Jess Petro with a very strong race, 61-33. Zoe Schilling, 65-26. Aki Yoshida, 65-49. Rounding out your top five, Saki Mikwao. Wow. Woof. I don't, that's a lot of vowels that are close together. I'm gonna Saki 67-43. Now it's in my head. I'm gonna hear about that in the YouTube comments. Jack, Bracken, Michelle, your thoughts on Calypso Sheridan, 4 seconds shy of joining the sub 60 club.
You're correct. This is over or a 1 minute and 59 second PR. She's been in the 62s three different times. So you nailed that. Don't forget, she did race Elite 15. I believe it was in Hamburg to start the year. So she's had, some credentials, but 60-0, that's leveling up.
She got in via roll down though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So to be clear, my point was she is now with a resounding let people know that she's in there.
You talked about getting hot at the right time. This qualifier just got a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, let's look at those. I don't remember the rankings for that race, but let's just look at some of the names.
60 flat puts you right up there in the mix.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely going to be Gabrielle Nakora Baker was one of the names. Yep. Gabrielle Nakora Baker. Jess has her spot already. Molly Fakaris, and then Calypso. I mean, again, times don't matter anymore, but we were kind of saying, oh, GMB, she's run a couple races in the, 60 mids. Calypso's like a 62.
Well, and I'm just looking at her previous times, and I was wondering where the 2 minutes came from. So it looks like her running was significantly better this time. I think that was where the majority of the time was made up for that PR. So that's really, really, really awesome.
And Jess Petro was in this race. So that is a legit Elite 15 athlete that we have a marker for. So get out at the right time. It's a big one. Any other thoughts on Calypso?
You do it, then you prove it, right? She did it now, and then she gets to prove it relatively shortly here. And that's a good time window for someone who's riding a wave and has time to recover and do it again.
For sure.
How many new women have we seen right at that 60 flat border? I feel like within 10, 15 seconds of that, there've been 5 or 6 women over the past month or so who've been knocking on the door of sub 60.
Yeah, it was actually something that I was going to throw out there is that, like, we've talked about the depth of field on the men's side and how the women's side hadn't caught up. The 2025-2026 season, that is no longer the case. We have we still have some incredible athletes sitting in the 62, 63 territory, and yet there are new names popping up, dropping in that 60, 61. The depth of field on the women's side is accelerating. It's really cool.
It's almost a relief for the top 3 that Joanna had such a big pop of time there, because if she doesn't do that, they may not accelerate as quickly as they're going, because they're going to catch up to that very quickly now. But they're going to need to, because otherwise you have 1 week station at Worlds and you might get right off the podium and like outside the top 6 immediately with how close. If you got 8 people who can run 60 flat, there's no wiggle room. So Joanna and Meg and, you know, assuming she can get there, and Lauren, they're going to need that 2-minute cushion back real quickly.
Yeah, it makes it more fun for sure, right? We've always talked about that. The more people you have that are actually within striking distance, you got more chances for blowups. So, and then we did have the formation of a couple of new teams in Taipei, which will affect the regionals for this year, but will also affect the regionals for next year. Molly Fakaris and Gabrielle Nakora Baker teamed up to run a 55:08, which is a blazing fast time for them. Got to think that that would be a new pair going into next season and possibly trying to still get in that Brisbane race. And then on the men's side, you had James Kelly pair up with Matt Slee. They ran a 50-50, which will get them into the APAC regional to run together. All right. Quick little discussion topic for the panel, and then we will get into drafting. So next weekend, we are going to be racing our first of 3 regional races. Just as a quick refresher for anybody who has not been paying attention. BK, when did you switch the shoes out behind you?
I don't know what you mean. It's been this way.
Facts.
Oh my gosh. Dude had trail shoes at the start, and now I don't remember him doing this. These are now all... Did you switch shoes depending on which show you're on?
I don't know what you're talking about. The shoe wall has a mind of its own.
This is like really messing with me. I don't remember seeing this.
I don't touch it. It just manifests whatever is needed for each show.
I'm going to melt down. I got to keep going. Just as a quick reminder for everybody, this year, the major change was we have 4 majors where we will get 3 qualifiers from each. And then we have 3 regional races, London in Europe and the Middle East, APAC down in Brisbane, and then the Americas over here in DC, where you will get 1 qualifier from each. This is the same for both singles and doubles. Now, on the singles side, this has not really been an issue. However, it came to light this weekend that on the doubles, both men and women's, in the for the North American race, we were unable to fill the field. So if you actually go and look at the doubles guide for North America, you actually see that on the women's side, there's only 13 teams in the field. And it has rolled down fairly far. We've gotten into like deep 30s, 40s, 50th best times. We've rolled down pretty significantly. And I know from talking with some of the athletes that some of the teams that got invites actually didn't even have pro cards, because why would they have pro cards? Why would they not, if you're, and to be clear, the 50th best time or 55th best time or 60th best time is great. You're a very strong athlete, but you wouldn't normally think that that's in a position where you're going to break through and get into the Elite 15. So why are you going to donate $250 for a pro card? Some of these teams have taken these spots, which again, why wouldn't you? I would do the exact same thing if presented the opportunity, but didn't have pro cards and were told to buy pro cards, which goes against everything that HYROX said back in the fall. So my question for the panel, Bracken, Michelle, Jack, one, does this matter or is it a nothing burger? And two, if it does matter, are we just a little bit too early on the regional championships?
It's the right move. It really doesn't matter, but it's a bad look because they're backtracking on definitive statements. World Championships, I don't care if it's what sport it is, you fill the slots so that you have competition. That's the right move to do. So from that standpoint, yes, but you can't make a definitive statement that you will not be allowed in without one. And then we've had people who have been affected by this already. And now because it would be a bad look, then they retroactively say, oh yeah, just go ahead. We'll give you a pro card and it'll count. So that's a bad look. It's the right move for the wrong reason. Wrong reason, right move. I'm not sure how you want to say it, but I don't have a problem with it. It's just a black eye.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the first year that everything is happening. So I think it just is going to take time for people to be aware of the pro card and how close they are. So I feel like by next year it will be different, but it is unfortunate for people who have tried to follow the system the way that they described it and, to have things like this. But I agree with Bracken, like you want the competition, you want the field to be filled. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that it has to be not the way that they were intending to.
I also think that it's just an expensive sport, having to buy a pro card on top of $250 entries and racing multiple times with the same teammate over the course of the season. Just the stars didn't line up. It's just a very difficult thing to get enough quality teams to commit to multiple races. Chances are they're not just going to fly to a venue and only do a doubles. They're probably going to do a singles race also, which means they might not have had a faster time. I just don't think that we're at the point where people are willing to prioritize doubles yet at a high level. So that's why you didn't fill the field.
Yeah, and also like I think that I was thinking about this, like why did this happen? And if you think about it, like the elite end of the sport, there is like still a pretty big gap, as there should be, between like the true professionals and then like the, for lack of a better term, the weekend warriors, right? And so like you've got, how many people are actually capable of like finding somebody else who can run what would be considered an elite time on the men's side? What do we think the line for an elite time on the men's side is? Probably 51 or under, and on the men's side on the women's side it's probably what, sub 57 for doubles teams.
Most
like we've
majors,
just
yeah.
gotten so used to it because we see the pros do it, but then you realize that like the gap between that is like 54 or 55 on a men's doubles team is like very respectable. It's actually beyond respectable. It's very impressive, but it's not good enough to compete at the highest level. And so I guess my point is like, I think the problem is you've got to have in doubles, you've got to have 30 people, right, that are capable of putting out that output. And we just know that doesn't exist. And so it's more likely to roll down because there's more variables involved. You have to have, again, like, Jack and Bracken, you guys might be a team, and at late notice, like Bracken could be hurt or could be training for something else. It takes two to tango. So they just inevitably, there's a higher likelihood of deeper roll downs than there is on the solo side.
I also don't think pro cards should be required for regionals, for doubles teams.
I agree. I actually think that making these people buy pro cards is a bit absurd because it's like, realistically, like I mean, I guess
You're
the only
You're not shooting
Yeah.
for above that.
yeah, like what the benefit is I guess you can drug test them if they wind up like winning, but like at this point we're a week out. Like they're not going to get on something that's going to make a massive difference 6 days from now.
No, it's
And
whether they get off it.
and you've also got to realize, I think next year it's not going to be as much of an issue, but this year a lot of the teams are, multiple nations. Next year you have to be US, Mexico, Canada, like for your teammates. But we've seen so many people cross nations this year when they do run a doubles that the depth just wasn't there.
Yeah, it's just funny because I know for a fact that one of the men's teams, they have not raced together since Miami of March. And one of the guys just like straight up isn't even doing HYROX anymore. He was like, this was fun. My ceiling is 55. I'm not going to be able to get to elite. But like, I don't know that I want to train. So dude's just been playing pickleball, like legitimately been playing pickleball for like 6 months. He's like, I couldn't run even if I wanted to. I'm not in this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But that to me, like, I think that's kind of the thing. I'm like, that's partly why I see it being a little bit problematic, because it's like, that's the gap that we're going to have. You're going to have people like Dylan Scott and Steven Pelkoffer who are training 30 hours a week and making it this their life versus people who have been on a pickleball court for the last 6 months.
And that's the beauty of national championships. But then that's where the parity ends. Then for worlds, it's different. We see it with track and field all the time. Someone wins or goes top 3 at Olympic trials for the U.S. as a U.S. champion, and then has to go and chase a world ranking in order to be eligible to go to the Olympics or go to world championships. That happens after the national level, not at the national level. Anyone who hits the national standard gets 2 nationals. But to go beyond that, then you have to have your version of a pro card or your X qualifying or whatever. But most of these people are just trying to get to DC. They're not trying to get beyond it. So I don't think you should prep them for beyond it until they get to that point. $250 for these people is a deal breaker for some of them. Like already a DC trip is going to take them to the brink.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got to buy a pro card. Like that's not worth it. I'm not qualifying beyond this.
Yeah, but BK, to that point, like how many people that actually run Olympic marathon trials are like hobbyist? And when I say definitions matter. These women specifically are able to run a sub 240, and the men can run sub 220, which is still like borderline elite. I think that's why I was using the line of like 51 and 57. We're gonna have people that are racing that are in like the 50 and the men's side, they're like 57, 58s. And we're going to have women that are racing that are like 64, 65s. Like we're going to have teams that, and this is no if you're one of these teams, this is no disrespect to you. These are teams that are not even running times faster than some of the elite 15 singles races.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we're on the same side. I'm just saying that I think you should have more lenient qualification standards for the regionals. Yeah, because they're not trying to go beyond. They don't make them get a pro card.
The other side of the coin is it does not matter because they're not going to beat Dylan Scott and Steven Pelkoffer or Jack Driscoll and Ryan Douglas, or they're not going to beat Kat and Morgan. But it's just like, does that, again, this goes back to the conversation we had, was it last show or 2 shows ago? What is an elite 15 athlete?
Right.
Are you like
50 roll downs and you're in. Anyway, if that 50th place person comes in and people get DQ'd or they pop the race of a lifetime and they go top 3, like make them get a pro card at that point if they want to accept a world spot or whatever. But don't worry about it now. If we're going to roll down 50, let them all in.
I'm with BK. Listen, if HYROX decides to roll down 170 spots on the pro men's side, the men's field, you bet your ass I'm showing up with my 75 most recent time and I'm running. I'll be on the row. I'll be on the row when Dawson is finishing wall balls, and I don't give a shit. I'll be having a good time. I will body Jack Driscoll into a barricade. I wouldn't do that to you, Jack. On run 1. I will out sprint Ryan Kent to a ski erg and push him out of the way.
Just to have the experience? Why not?
Just to have the experience. He'll never see me again.
If you made contact with one of those elite 15 guys on course, you think you'd move them?
I'm moving Jack Driscoll.
You're moving Jack Driscoll.
I'm moving.
He's a
Jack
strong
Driscoll.
guy. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
that
but
you're
he-
centered on Jack, who we just voted as nicest guy in the sport last
I'm
episode.
se-
This is what you
I'm
do to
se-
Chris. So now
I'm
we have a new
centered on
rivalry.
I'm centered on Jack Driscoll because he's my friend and he knows that I'm joking and he's not going to get his underwear in a bunch when he hears me say this because he knows it's all love. Same with Kent. Kent knows I can't actually take him, but it's funny to say. So, but I will give everything I have on run 1 to absolutely start somebody to a skier. I'll be anaerobic already. My race will be over, but you'll see me on the camera, right? Because you're not going to see me the rest of the race. So, because I'll be so far
And
behind.
you fake a skier problem, you gesture around a bunch, and then you walk off.
Yep.
That's right. Exactly. Just, pull a Sandy at the row. This is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that I wasn't in the race.
I was on
chose-
pace.
I was on pace. I
Had
chose to get out.
mechanical.
Actually, that's not a bad strategy. Turn it into a half rocks. How hard can I run a half rocks and then blame an equipment issue? Look, I could have won. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people say
Terrier
it.
Plica, allegedly.
Exactly. All right, let's get into the draft. It's time for what the people want. Jack, you ready? Thank God
We
we're
need
getting
the wheel
Jack
and
Bauer.
first.
Oh my God, this is the second time
I'm
we've
not
done
ready.
this.
Yeah,
The wheel
don't-
names has been
Oh.
real kind to me lately.
Yeah, it really has. It's been kind to you for a long time. You know what? I'm going to type in the names differently this time to see if
All statistics even out eventually. Large enough sample size. But I'm on a heater right now. It only gets me second place, but it's better than last. Jack, how long could you keep up with first place at World Championships if your goal was to pull out the moment you couldn't?
Men.
Yeah.
I think realistically I could probably get to burpees and I'm not running after burpees. I think I could do about
That's
about
farther
half.
than I would have guessed.
I mean, I would be selling out on that run after sled pull. I don't know if I can pull as fast as a lot of those guys, even fresh, but I would say sled pull to burpees at most.
I'm making it to the into the push and then I'm done. Michelle?
I would say burpees too. I could run fast, but it's only for half rocks for sure.
BK, how far are you making it?
I don't know because I think I'm worried that ski would crack me. I think that having to ski
That's a good
like
point. Yeah.
340. I don't know. I don't know if I could what it's
Yeah,
gonna
we
do.
saw what happened with Rich, just 5 seconds too fast and it killed him.
Yeah, I may not make it through pole after that ski.
Yeah, maybe ski erg is the right answer.
We changed up the names, try to change the luck. We'll see if you all can figure out who's who. Let's get it going.
Would you look at that? That's
Bullshit.
me. First, please.
I can't tell who I could be either one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm so. This is insane.
All
BK,
right, I
who you
get
taking?
2, please.
Oh my God. I'm gonna wind. I've been 4 for like the last 5 drafts. You have
Make
got
it 6. Make it 6.
Well, get loud about it, Matt. Tell us about it. The best is that
I'm
there's
taking
no
the
one
3.
to blame.
All right. This is what I get. Loudmouth should get last. That's, that's not fair. All right. I'll take up the caboose.
All right, I'll do a screen share. Matt, I loved your effort during the
I was gonna say,
most
thank
recent
God
episode,
the
but
actual Excel guru is back.
yeah.
All right. Michelle, Bracken, Jack, and then me. That will be the order. As a reminder, we do cross country scoring. We will pick 3 men, 3 women, 1 wild card. And Chris Rogowski is in the field. So BK can't pick her to come out of nowhere, Stone Cold Steve Austin style. Michelle, you were on the clock. Your first pick.
Well, For one, I just want to say I'm very excited for this first regional major race. I think we're going to have some really awesome setups here with some awesome athletes. And I would say that I'm going to go to the men's side and I will pick my coach, Rich Ryan, for number 1.
Oh yeah.
Bracken,
So-
I hate you.
Why?
This is insane. You did something funny on the back end. Everybody knows who you're taking. We're gonna get back to Rich in a second. This is collusion.
Listen, I'm not
Absolute
above
collusion.
I am not above back end funny business, but I had no hand in this game.
Michelle, talk to us about Rich.
Well, I think that he's definitely on another level now. He had an awesome race in Phoenix, and he's continuing to prove that he's just getting better and better. And I am very excited about this duel between him and Dylan Scott. I think it's going to be one of the best that we'll see at the top, and I think that Rich can take it. So I am choosing Rich.
Wow. I was all ready to pick Dylan Scott as my first pick after you took Lauren. And you took Rich Ryan. Now, I believe
Guys,
Rich Ryan
come
can
on.
win this.
You got to keep it interesting.
Which
here,
you know
right?
what? Respect. The thing that I will say about Michelle is loyal, and she has been ride or die with Rich. If Rich is there in a draft, no later than second round, Michelle is taking Rich. And you know what? Respect. You got to ride for your people, and Michelle is riding for Rich. So.
He's
She gets the
also
inside
just
scoop.
at the top level right now. I don't think it's far off at all. He is an excellent pick for number 1.
He did just beat everybody in this field
less
than a month ago. His fitness is there. So this is not a bad pick.
He reached
Before
wall
that
balls
race-
with the world record holder.
Before that race, I thought that Dylan was the best HYROX athlete in North America. After the race, I thought, well, we're back to you still aren't sure exactly what you're going to get. And then a day and 2 days later, I realized I think Dylan might be. I'm not sure, but Rich has a claim now. And since there's any murkiness in my mind, I'm taking Lauren Weeks. Because there's no murkiness on the female side. None whatsoever. This was the number 1 overall pick.
We said that we would no longer make this statement anymore, but I literally thought to myself while I was thinking about where I would pick, if there was ever a race to put the name on the check, it was this one.
I am always the person who plays voice of reason and says, no, you can't say that. Anything can happen. But this is as close to I'll ever get to say that it's over. It's not over, but it's really close to over. It would take a freak incident, in my opinion.
She just broke Rich like 8 minutes into a race. She's fit. She's scary good.
She did just break Rich. Also, the thing that I think bodes well for Lauren is her strategy every single year is to come into, like, she's never going to skip a race, but she's also not going to be super specific in the summer. She's not going to be super specific in the fall. And she's just that good that she has a chance to win. But this is the time of year where she starts to get a little bit more specific, and we start to see her races throughout the year. Is about this time last year that in Glasgow, she lit the world on fire, dropping the first 56 that we've seen out of a woman. So you got to think she's going to show up fit. And this is not a knock against Vivian. Vivian will be there. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine Lauren not taking the first North American regional.
How much of a lead do you think she'll have entering Skierg? Because there's no Joanna to go with her. Will any woman go with her? Will Lauren change her strategy? What do you think's the play-by-play?
Lauren Weeks is not changing her strategy.
I don't think that people will let her get away. I think people will be competitive and be up there. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
But she gets away, she and Joanna, in all the majors against a deeper field, realistically.
Who's the best runner in this field?
I mean,
Outside of
Morgan
Lauren.
has to be up there too.
Yeah, but I don't think Morgan's going to go with. I think it would be a fool's errand for anyone to go with her, because Lauren's already qualified. You don't need to win. You really just need to get what? Realistically, second or third. So I think it's a fool's errand to go out with Lauren in this race because you don't need to beat Lauren. You could just let Lauren do whatever Lauren does. Lauren could drop a world record and it does not matter. Let her go. I would think you'd want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're on the women's side, you need to do what Rich did in Phoenix, where he found himself in a great position at the end of the race, but he didn't assert himself early on. And that's why he ended up getting one of the spots for world championship. You need a race for third here with Lauren and Vivian ahead of you already clinching a spot.
Yeah. It's a good pick. Jack?
Going Vivian. I mean, her chart over here has been pretty consistent, sub 60 the past 4 races. We get a heavy sled. There could be an upset. I really do think that she has a chance.
My mind is melting because the fact that Dylan Scott just fell to me in the North American regional at the 4th place or 4th pick off the board is insane. But I mean, I agree. I would think that I think that in this race specifically, there's a lot of good women in the field. But Lauren and Vivian are the top 4 women in the world. 2 of the top 4 women in the world right now. Forget the region. Like they're better than everybody not named Joanna, for sure. And Meg, if she's healthy. So it's like, I mean, these are definitely the 2 picks. Like this is the top end of the sport on the female side right here.
Quickly, I'm going to read off the top 25 times of all time, who they are. Joanna, Lauren, Joanna, Lauren, Joanna, Meg, Lauren, 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 Joanna, Lauren. 11th, Vivian. Then Meg, Lauren, Meg, Linda, Meg, Vivian, Lena, Lauren, Linda, Joanna, Lauren, Meg, Vivian. So Vivian's in the top 25 twice. Nobody else from North America that is on the board is. There's no other choice to make here. Now, can she get beat? For sure, but historically and recently, she is on a different plane of existence than everyone not named Lauren and Joanna.
She is the only woman in this field to have beaten a non-pregnant version of Lauren.
That's a stat.
That's a stat.
It's a stat. Teaser.
Does this bring us to our easiest pick of all time?
No, I've got Lauren in 3rd place the past 2 races. I feel like that was easier.
No, it does. However, I'm a little bit worried. I was off Instagram this week, but I understand that Dylan has been talking about a knee injury. I don't know if anyone is aware of that, which makes me a little bit nervous, but give me Dylan Scott.
That did not go into my thought process picking Vivian. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, I'm going to save everyone the time of me reading 25 names out again and just skip right to the result. Same thing on this side. There are only 2 American men in this field in the top 25, and they've now both been taken.
Yeah.
So it's the same men and women's field. Really has a 2-horse race at the front of recognized historical data of time. And I guess you could say elite 15 success. And then Ryan Kent's the only other person on there, I believe, that has a podium or a win at any of these majors.
And he'll have had 5 weeks between solo races. That's a big gap.
Fresh. Some say fresh. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I took away from the Phoenix race was he made a joke about how he had convinced himself that he could show up and basically zone 2 jog a 57. And that's effectively what happened.
Disgusting.
Like his low end. I mean, just look. You go back to that Miami race, which was a tough one for him. But since then, I mean, my God. I mean, he has gone from, being mid-pack to one of the, he's a top 5 in the sport. And depending on his day, he might be number 1. So I'm going to assume that he knows his body. I also am going to assume that he wants to be on the start line for this. He'll do everything he can to race. So I feel good about this. And this next pick, I was accused once of not going with my boy or my people on this race.
More than
once. I said that I would never do that again. I don't care. He's going to be mad at me. He's going to say this is the wrong pick. He's going to say he would have taken 17 other people before him. I'm not doing it. Dawson Miller is one of my best friends in this world, and I am not missing a chance to take him. Give me the raw dog. He's got this date circled. He's been saying all year long, people were, oh, look at those photos over there on the right. He's been saying that people are peaking too soon and he was going to be there when it mattered. I'm going to trust the old national champion, the raw dog. I think that this is a race where Dawson is going to surprise some people. Do I think that he's going to get a top 3 finish, which is effectively where he's being picked right now? I don't know. We're going to find out. But what I do know is Dawson knows how to race. Dawson knows how to run championships. And I think that people are already writing him off, and they don't realize that he has been within 30 seconds of Jack Driscoll, who's one of the best racers in America this year, multiple times. I'm just saying.
You know what I think this is? This is that girl who shows up to the office with a brand new rock on her finger and big, nice new earrings. And you're like, yeah, he cheated, didn't he? This is a makeup gift right here. That's what this is. I'm taking him second. I'd never doubt my friend. Yeah, that's what you do when you cheated on him the last 4 drafts in a row. He and Marcus.
You know what? That's fine. I don't really care what you think, BK. I'm riding with my homie. I've been saying it that he was going to pop a race, and he did. Drop that 56 mid. Guys on that Rich program, and look at that flow. He's going to intimidate the shit out of people with that Fu Man.
I went deep into Instagram to find these photos, so he gets a special one.
Friend of the show. Jack.
Oh, this is not what I expected. I've got some pretty solid choices available. I've got to go Cole Learn, though. I just feel like he's been just so consistent in the sub 55 and pretty much, yeah, if you look at his results recently, it's 55-10, 55-43, 54-36, 56-53, 55-30. So he is firmly in that sub 56 spot. I feel like he's the best remaining on the board.
Cole's nasty.
It's the right pick, and it made my life tricky.
You know what, though? I stick with it, though. These shows aren't fun if everybody makes the right pick in the right spot.
Yeah, Jack's
every
so fun.
single time, BK.
That's why you end up in 4th.
Yeah, but he's having fun.
Yeah,
having fun.
No, that's the problem. Is when I make the obvious picks, I wind up in 4th with 75 fucking points. Tired of it.
This is just like legitimately not how life works. It's not going to be statistically accurate
Correct.
Based off of what we know from the past. Like,
Thank you,
have
Michelle.
To go with your gut.
Thank you, Michelle.
I think it's kind of crazy that Cole Learn is just now being treated with veteran status. He's just like trustworthy, known commodity. We know he's going to take care of business, and he's not a veteran, right? He's not a veteran in this sport. She shouldn't be, but he races so far beyond his HYROX pro experience level. It's kind of crazy to me.
Cole's nasty.
Good.
His metrics that he's been putting out recently since switching over to the Bayans. Did I get that right, Chris? Let me know. Method have been pretty impressive. BK.
Ooh, I'm really torn here. But I can't let any more friends of Matt stay on the board. I'm going to take Jack Driscoll with this pick, even out my Lauren Weeks pick, and just pray that the woman that I want to draft is here after Michelle goes.
Probably not.
Great.
I think that this is a good pick. I think that Jack has got a very strong. I think there's 3 people. I'm not going to name the 3 people. There are 3 people that I think have a legitimate shot at taking the qualifier out of this race, and I think you could make the argument that Jack is at the top of that. Real quick, do you have the graphics, Jack? Do you have Jack versus Cole head to head this year, by chance? You're muted, but it's okay if you don't. I just put you on the spot.
I have my own head-to-head thing, but I'm not going to share that with you guys right now. But Cole Learn versus Jack Driscoll, you said?
Yeah. It's got to be close.
2 wins for Jack, 5 for Cole. lifetime.
Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. There's a reason why Jack took Cole. All right, Michelle.
I am so excited that I have 2 picks right now
You're
because
gonna
I
murder
am
us right now.
absolutely taking Morgan Scholes.
Here come the
Tender,
homies.
please. I'm winning this. These women have been unbelievably impressive for so long, and I'm so excited that they're at the top of their game right now, and I can't wait to see what they do in this race. They're both off of, I think Kat just had a really nice PR in Phoenix after the pro doubles race that they ran together. I mean, they're both on fire. So impressive. And yeah, it's going to be an awesome race to see them.
Would you have taken Jack if I took Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
She took Kat Fossbender. You got okay. There we go. I was gonna say. I'm excited for this showdown. They're friends. They're doubles partners. It's a coin flip between the two of them, in my opinion. Whoever. I mean, this is one of those like duh statements, but like whoever is actually having their day is going to be the one to take it. But that's how close this is. Is like this could come down to the wall balls. How close?
I mean, we
were
saw
they
it
together
come down
in Chicago?
We saw it come down to the wall balls in Chicago between the two of them.
And it was like a matter of like we were talking like single digit seconds,
yeah,
right? If I remember
like
correctly.
2 wall balls essentially.
Yeah.
The other cool thing I think about this too is that they both bring out the best in each other, and especially now because they've been able to work together and get the most out of each other. I think they have learned a lot from racing with and against each other. So it's only going to propel them forward even more.
Yeah, 62.50 for Morgan and 62.53 for Kat in Chicago. So 3 seconds.
All right, PK.
Oh, it's going to be a long way to get back to me, it feels like. I think I'm just going to roll with my heart here. Matt says it's not fun if we just pick according to stats.
All right, so just say the name. We all know who you're going
Amy
with.
Bevilacqua. Is that what you were expecting, Matt?
Nope.
Did not expect that yet.
Did not expect that.
She's your girl, though.
I like the pick, though.
The trend is the wrong way. I know that. And the logical thing would be to say that it's trending correctly with age. I understand that. But we just keep getting proven wrong by Amy. And this feels like the kind of open race that she gobbles people up in the second half. So I'm counting on Amy playing Pac-Man from Burpees on.
Well, and what about trending in the right direction with motivation? Like she just got back in. Like who is more excited to be in this race right now? Like she's got to be up there. So I don't think this is a bad pick at all. I think all of these athletes are they can have their day and do really well.
And she's got the experience, and that's going to matter. Look at how many new names there are in this field.
Yeah.
Jack.
This is so tough because like the heavy favorites are out of the way, but there are so many athletes who could sneak into that 3rd, 4th, 5th spot. But my gut is telling me Carolyn Watkins is going to have a fantastic race. I've just seen her run in person a couple times at DECA, and I saw her out in Chicago at Worlds, and she just moves really well. And I'm just impressed with what I've seen in person.
I think she's had a couple. Oh yeah, you have the times here. Yeah.
Yep.
61, 63. I mean, yeah. And competing against great fields as well.
Yeah, Boston, that was when Gabrielle Nicor-Baker, she went 60-0 and then 61-33 for same race for Carolyn. 8th place at Worlds. I just think she's breaking out this year. All right, back-to-back Matt.
All right. I just need it to be known that if I was picking with my heart, I would be taking Ryan Kent. I can't do that because there's a lot of women off the board already, and I don't have a single one. So I need to get caught up. So I cannot believe it fell to me this way. But give me Lauren Griffith. And then give me Audrey. Do we know how to pronounce this? It's Skiver or Skiver?
If you're shivering, it's the same spelling. So probably Skiver.
Okay. Give me Audrey Skiver.
I'll leave Lauren up on the screen for first.
Yeah. I want to talk about Lauren. So look, Lauren has had some injuries. She's battled injuries, but Lauren is the definition of a dog. Lauren Griffith is going to put herself in a race. She is also pulled out of races because she wasn't healthy. I don't think she shows up to this if she doesn't think that she can win. Look, is it possible that she goes out and has a tough race? 100%. That's the case of anybody. But she's also a home run hitter. And when you haven't taken a single woman off the board and there's 6 gone, you got to take a home run hitter. I think Lauren Griffith is going to show up ready to roll. She might go into Ski Erg with Lauren Weeks because she runs that hard. And look, I don't think she's placing 7th. So I feel good about this one.
I mean, definitely one of the ones that has been in the Elite 15 quite some time. So the experience is there, obviously. And yeah, we know that she's had some injuries in the past, but she was able to run a really fast doubles, pro doubles recently. So I think she's good to go.
And then
just comes down to the sleds for her. But
yeah, but it's an Elite 15 race. So they're going to have new sleds. They're going to have new carpets. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to take Audrey, who has only gotten better. Look at that trend line. She's only gotten better. She's in the 25 to 29 age group. 64.50, 63.27, and then 62.37. That trend line is right there. She's raced some of these women. She's beaten Carolyn Watkins. Feel good about this. Feel good about this one.
She's so nice. I was in all of those races that she was in, and truthfully, I think she's just continuing to learn as she goes, and that's why she's been better and better each time. So I think it's going to be scary what she's capable of, to be honest, when she gets even more races under her belt.
Well, if she does well, I hope she gets a picture next time.
Yeah, I know, Jack.
There is nothing online. She has a private Instagram, no Facebook presence. Trust me. I looked. Can't happen.
You know what? Good for her. We should all get off social media. I was off social media for the entire week this week. My mental health has legitimately never been better since probably pre-puberty. It is killing our brains. We should all get off of social media. Jack.
All right. I think
Michelle liked that one. Michelle's speechless. She just doesn't even know.
Move right along.
Yeah. All right. There's a woman who has been forgotten, but was a pretty prominent figure. No, well, yeah, but she was a pretty prominent figure in the early days of HYROX. Tara Jackson. She kind of mentioned that she's committing to HYROX again. We've seen what she's done in DECA through the years, and I just think that she has done it in the past. The sport's new versus what it was before, but she is as tough as anybody in the sport. Lives on the East Coast. Have to mention some athlete relative to DC, so pretty easy travel for her. And I just think that she wants this. So I'm feeling good about Tara.
Tara's such a fighter. She's absolutely going to be up there. This is a great pick.
Yeah, second, and third at 3 events in the past year. So regardless of the competition, she finds her up front. I know Stockholm, that's a tough international trip, but 6th in a 63.36 for Chicago in a pretty deep race. I think that she's going to have a good race. It's been a while since we've seen her, but looking forward to it.
She's one of those people that you just want to do well because you know how hard she works. BK.
Well, there's only one world champ on the board, and I refuse to choose her. So I am going. I'm quickly turning it into a throwback team. I have a throwback team in Jack, so I think I'm going to stay with that. Man's won this race in the past. Give me Ryan Kent.
Oh,
the funny thing is you kind of threw me. You kind of threw me off because I mean, if we were on world champions, there's more than one world champ. There's only one HYROX world champion, but Kent's a world champ. Grayson's a world champ. Keep going.
That's it. Ryan Kent. I don't think I'll ever give up on Ryan. I don't think we're at that place. His ceiling's still there. He's going to put one together. And this feels like the type of race where you can do that again.
I also just want to throw this out there. You can basically discard that Phoenix race. He hopped into the pro race quite literally 30 minutes after he ran doubles with Colin and tried to do it at his zone 2 pace. He just wanted a stimulus. So you can basically throw that out and look at the rest of the results.
He's been in Colorado the past couple of weeks. I was gonna meet up with him, but I didn't want to give him the flu, so I stayed clear of him and anybody else the past week or so. But I know that he's up here, little altitude training right before dropping back to sea level.
I agree with Bracken. I think that this is the moment where I think he's been kind of biding his time. This feels like this has got the setup to be the I'm back. Don't you forget who I am. Middle fingers. Oh, he's too nice to do that at the finish line.
You haven't been with Kent. he'll do that.
He might. Yeah, he might.
Kent will lose his mind at the finish line.
If Kent wins, we might get a big old fuck you, and then he's going to be a puddle of tears about 5 seconds later.
Well, let's hope for tears.
Michelle.
All right.
Is Ryan in the 40+ age group at this point? I just forgot to mention that. He is? Okay.
Yeah, so Anaheim is when he crossed over.
And Rich has a couple weeks left. I believe so.
And you know he would love to stick it to Rich.
All right, I am up. Give me Grayson Kilgore, please. So
this feels disrespectful on our end. Not your end, Michelle, but on the rest of us. Yeah, no, Michelle, I would never call you disrespectful.
So I have been waiting to see Grayson race again, and we just got to see him in Vegas, and he did very well. So I think he was right behind Jack Driscoll. So if I'm using that as a basis to where his fitness is at, I think he's going to do awesome in this regional race. And yeah, he definitely has the top end. We've seen it before. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And give me Chris Rogloski, please. Someone who also just raced in Las Vegas and was 3rd overall. And she's a world champ. So she's gonna be right up there. She's another one that's a fighter, and yeah, I have no doubt that she's gonna perform really well in this race.
Your team is nasty.
Your team is nasty.
Yeah, Chris is nasty. Nasty woman.
False.
Well, made my life easier. Colin Stiefer. Feel like a year or two ago that there was talk that he was going to break through. Things didn't necessarily progress the way he probably thought they were going to on the pro level. But I think this is his ticket to Worlds right here. And I think he punches it.
I mean, if you look at the races that he's been in this year.
Wait, you think that he punches it over the other 2 people that you've already picked ahead of him on the men's side that also need to punch it? That's some interesting logic there, BK. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, if he does, I will just not be shocked. I understand the odds are lower, but I got a feeling, Matt. I have a feeling that this is a Colin Stiefer moment.
He's just another guy. He's just another guy that you just want it for him because he's a dog.
Yeah.
And he's another one of those dudes that every time he's so kind. You're like, why are you being so kind to me? You don't have to be this kind to me. A nice guy.
Yeah, and if you look at who he's lost to in these races, it's like Dylan Scott, Jack Driscoll. It's world level contenders at a lot of these races. So he's still getting second, fourth, and fifth in 4 of his past 5 races. So his running's improved a lot over the past year, teaming up with Kent. Yeah, I think he's gonna overperform this race compared to where he's been drafted.
I just have this image of, I think it was his last Elite 15 race, of him going toe to toe with a Rich on run 8. And I just, for whatever, that will always be my image of Colin. And until he disproves that, I kind of lump him in at the top.
Jack.
All right. You picked Ryan Kent. I'm going a different Ryan. Give me Ryan Douglas.
Damn it. Oh,
he's been so sneaky good.
So
look at that trend line right there. And if you look at
the Canadian, friend of the show.
Listen's awesome. Yeah. 3 wins, 1 loss head to head against Jack Driscoll, who got picked ahead of him. He's beaten Cole Learn in the past. I don't know. I'm just looking at a lot of his results and the direction in which he is trending compared to a year ago. It's crazy. Back-to-back 56s.
It's a good pick. This is a sleeper pick. This is someone who could. It'd be a surprise to many, but not a surprise to me if he's the one that actually walks out with the qualifier. It's a strong pick. He was right on Jack's heels in that Vancouver race. Jack had the stronger wall ball.
It took 100 wall balls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it took 100 wall balls, but yeah. That is correct. Just do some quick back of the napkin math here. I am going to. You know what? I may not live there anymore. But once a Scotty, always a Scotty. Give me Gabe Heck. Look, Gabe Heck is like the HYROX version of Mr. Irrelevant. Not because he is Mr. Irrelevant, but because everybody, including myself, uses him as the example in the new point system of, oh, he races over in APAC. He races nobody. He gets easy wins. And that just completely discredits what Gabe is able to do week in, week out when he is racing. He has made it into the Elite 15 before on his own merits. He has had the times to get in. He's coming over for this race. We've also seen him come over before. I believe he came over for the DC race on a roll down. It was either a year ago or 2 years ago, and he did really well. I think that Gabe is motivated to prove that he is not just another name. He is worthy of that title. Feel good about this one.
Jack, does he have the single best run metric in this field?
In terms of like a track speed?
One single race distance PR.
Isn't he like a 14 low 5K guy? I thought
he ran right around 4 minutes in the mile as well.
Okay. Yeah.
It's either him or Dawson's 3K steeple, but he's got that. He's got the frame, and he's got a lot of race experience at the front of the race. Living in APAC, he was always racing in APAC. He was always racing for the win, and there is something to that. So he has the bones here to wind up on the podium.
354, 1500. So he was about a 411, maybe. Okay. Back in college. Still very legit.
All right. And then this one is tough. I'm going to go with the hot hand. Give me Lauren Hewson. She has run back-to-back sub 65s based on the research that I can tell. Nobody else has broken that 65 left on the women's side. Feel like she's going to score. So. Oh, you're muted, but I'm sure whatever you're saying is.
Sorry,
really
I do that. I do that so that you don't hear the typing. But yeah, she did a post that she got destroyed in her debut in Atlanta, getting 18th place, barely breaking 73, and she's already taken like 8-9 minutes off her time in the matter of a couple of months.
Feel good about it, Jack.
I have to pick a guy. Okay. Well, this guy just had a fantastic showing in Phoenix. Give me Ryan Callahan. He's got 61-29. He went to Guadalajara. And who ended up winning that race?
Pelayo,
Pelayo was in
Menendez,
that one. Yeah.
Fernandez.
I was like, I knew it was an Elite 15 guy that he was just behind. And Phoenix 56.07 taken 4th place against a very, very competitive field. So I like where he's trending. He won his age group in Chicago at Worlds, I believe, or at least was on the podium. So he knows how to do it at big races as well.
It's a good pick. PK.
Well, I'm going to take Steven Pelkoffer. If we're going on hours trained,
You know, it's about time. It's about time you stopped forgetting about your fellow statesman.
Well, he's fit. He's trusted by Dylan Scott. And those are the only 2 things I need to know to make a draft pick.
I'm up.
He has raced in against a lot of these guys several times this year. You just look at the races, Boston, Atlanta, Phoenix. That means he has raced against Boston would have been Cole was in that race. Jack was also in that race. I don't remember. Kent did not race Boston, but Stiefer did. I'm pretty sure. She's the top 4 there. And Atlanta, Jack was there. Colin was there. Did Cole race Atlanta?
I think Cole won it.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Dylan, because I remember talking with Dylan before the race. So Dylan definitely won it.
So he strikes me as someone whose doubles are just, he's racing over his head in his doubles, and it hasn't showed up yet in his pro racing.
Jake Williamson, like that.
It's just, I think, a matter of time that staying power catches up to the high end stuff. And one of these days he's going to run something really, really quick. So hopefully it's DC.
Michelle.
Give me Isaac Sanderson. Good friend of mine. I'm pumped that he's in this race, and he's only getting better each time he gets out there. I'm ready for him to drop just a sick time, and I think this is going to be an awesome race to do it. So, Isaac, rooting for you.
I wanted to pick him in the last one, but I only went because Ryan beat so many people in this field. Isaac is fit. Spent a lot of time with him in Dubai. He is ecstatic that he got this roll down spot, and then he's racing with Austin in doubles later that weekend.
Nice.
Another guy that looked like he was on the cusp of joining that Elite 15 permanence, and it hasn't quite rolled that way. But I think the talent is still obviously there. He's still young. It's turnaround, not necessarily a turnaround. He's kids running 58s, but I think he's a 56 guy.
Absolutely, I agree. And give me Alondra Greenlee.
Oh, she's the definition of a wild card, and I wanted that.
Fellow New
Dr.
Jerseyan.
Alondra is back.
Fellow New Jerseyan, no stranger to the Elite 15 in HYROX, and she's back. And I'm excited that she's in this race. So.
Uh-oh. We have an issue.
What?
I was allowed to pick a man last round.
Were you not supposed to?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's right. Uh-oh.
What happens? Am I disqualified?
Well, it only affected Michelle's picks.
Should we start over?
Yeah, it only affects Michelle's pick. So, Michelle, would you?
Oh my God, Bracken's gonna take everyone from my team.
Michelle. Well, no, Michelle. The question is, hold on. Hold on. The question is, Michelle, would you have taken Steven instead of Isaac?
I probably would have just went with Isaac.
Even if Steven's on the board, you're still riding with Isaac?
Yes.
Now, let's say both Alondra and Steven are available for wild cards.
Are you taking Steven or Alondra?
I feel like I had to choose a guy, so I would have chosen Steven.
No, this is wild card.
No, this is wild card.
Alondra.
Your wild card spot, you could pick Steven or Alondra. So that's really what it comes down to. You just said you were going to take Isaac no matter what, so that's fine. So the question is, you have Alondra or Steven. Who do you want?
I'm going Alondra. I know her, so gotta go.
All right, then it all works out because it
can
would have
only
come back to
choose
Bracken
one of
anyway.
these 3 women.
Yeah.
But just for
Crisis
documentation
averted.
purposes, I'm gonna move here.
Well, I'm now completing this draft under protest because this doesn't feel right to me.
You broke
But
the rules and alerted us to the fact that you broke the rules.
I was
yet
allowed
you're
to by our
protesting.
moderator.
Oh, please. I'm doing so much in the background.
I'm
All right,
doing
who
a
you
bunch in the
taking?
background too. I'm not
Yeah,
bragging
he's
about
changing
it.
shoes mid-show. BK.
All right. Full transparency. I don't know anything about these remaining 3 women. I hope they take that personally. I hope they let me know this
So
weekend.
how are you going to make the decision then? You're
How
going to
am I?
eeny, meeny, miny, moe? Are you going to go with the just the coolest name?
I mean, Gerard's a proven good athletic name, but it's tough to beat the last name Legacy. So I'm going to go with Rachel
That's-
Legacy. And like, I don't feel great about announcing that out loud. I'm sorry to these 3 women, and I will be hopping online after this and getting to know you and then watching you race. And I hope you prove me wrong with your finishing times and results, that you're not the last 3 finishers and then you rub it all in our face.
Well, here are Rachel's stats if you want to talk about them or learn about her a little more.
Well, thank you for this learning opportunity, Jack. I will then take
You
Stephen
need it.
Pelkoffer with my wild card.
That's just good TV. If you're tuned into the YouTube, that's just good TV right there. All right, Jack.
Okay. Wild card. I mean, Josh Ward did really well in Chicago World Champs. I don't know how he made it this far, but
Damn it.
yeah, I mean, 5th place in all age groups, beating a lot of people in this field. I'm just gonna look it up. So at World Champs, in this field, we have 11 of the 15 ran in Chicago. He was the 3rd fastest of all divisions. He beat Cole, Gabe, Colin, Jack, Steven, all the Ryans. So I don't know how he made it this far, but I'm happy.
Yeah, I got a little race brain teaser for you. In the new season, Josh Ward has run 3 solo races. How many top 5 or 4 solo races? No, 3 solo races. How many top 5 finishes does he have?
2. Because they're on the screen right now.
Oh, damn. Well, there you go.
Nice.
I have a race.
I was like, I bet I can
too.
get to guess his time within 1 second also.
Again, this is another really good. This is a good YouTube TV moment. All right. That's fine.
That's some race brain.
That's some draft brain right there.
You're
I
so
feel
excited
good
about your stat too. I thought you were
now. I feel really good about this though. I feel really, really good about this. You know why? Because this means that I did not get the Canadian that I wanted, but I'm getting the other Canadian who's going to be just as good. Give me Frederick Dubé, who has been lighting it up this season. He took 1st overall in Toronto with a 57.47. He took 3rd overall in HYROX Dallas with a 57.37, and he just ran a sub 51 with Samuel Hebert in Phoenix. Look, this guy, we always said that if he put the running together, he would be a problem, and he's got the running now. I feel really good about this. I do not think he's the last man off the board. Frederick Dubé is not taking 15th.
I would agree with that.
He finished 65th worldwide in the CrossFit Open a few years ago. Do not let this guy near you on machines. And he's had 5th and 9th place in 2021 and 2022 at the CrossFit Games for the team division. High level athlete.
Nasty. All right, Michelle, read off your team.
All right. I got Rich Ryan, Morgan Scholes, Kat Fassbender, Grayson Kilgore, Chris Rogloski, Isaac Sanderson, and Alondra Greenlee.
Just call it Team Nasty.
We might as well
just put Michelle's name on the check, BK.
We have Team Legacy. We have Lauren Weeks, Jack Driscoll, Amy Bevilacqua, Ryan Ken, Colin Seaver, Rachel Legacy, our co-captain, and Stephen Pelkoffer.
For the first time, I didn't pick any Europeans. I have Vivian Tafudo, Cole Learn, Carolyn Watkins, Tara Jackson, Ryan Douglas, Ryan Callahan, and Josh Ward.
Team Dog, baby. We got Dylan Scott, the Raw Dog, Dawson Miller, Lauren Griffith, Audrey Skiver, Gabe Heck, Lauren Hewson, and Frederick Dubé. Bang. This is a good one. This can be a good race. They don't race until like Sunday late at night, though, right?
7:30 p.m. for women and 9
That is
p.m. for
tough.
men.
On
I
Sunday?
get,
That's
yeah,
on
I guess it helps.
Saturday is solo.
Oh, Saturday is
Oh,
the solo. I
okay.
was gonna say. Okay, the doubles is on Sunday, right?
East Coast time, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
for women, 9 p.m. East
Good.
Coast time for men on Saturday.
That'll
Make
help.
everyone
with
have
the
to call in
scaries.
for work Monday. Good job.
Yeah,
That's good.
that'll help
good
with
choice.
with the scaries. All right, BK, what do we got on TRP this week?
Oh, we are picking back up with our How Important Is It episodes. And then we're edging in on our 600th episode. We're in the 590s. So we're doing our racing learnings, biggest mistakes, best decisions we've made, things like that on Thursday.
Jack, what do you got going on this week? We going
Nothing.
to
I'm just
bingo?
watching HYROX next weekend. Hopefully not sick.
Michelle, we making any special sourdoughs?
I was just gonna say that's already done, but Matt and I are gonna be testing out some new shoes.
New shoe
So,
goofing. New
we
shoe
have to see how it goes.
goofing.
I'm
picked up-
looking. I'm not looking forward to Tuesday though. Rich has us doing the 26.1 CrossFit Open workout with all those wall balls and box jumps. That's
Where are your
also-
shoe guards?
I will not.
I'm
be doing
also doing 26.1. I picked up 2 pairs of shoes. I got the Rebellion Pro Wave lows, and I'm gonna try the Zoom Fly 6s. And so if you are a size 10 and you want them on the low, just go ahead and DM me because I'm almost positive that I'm not gonna be able to make them work. So
I want to be that guy, but it just eats at me. It's Wave Rebellion Pro 3
yeah, you
lows.
said it differently. I feel like
just-
each time.
I almost threw up
Okay.
in my mouth the second time.
All right.
I had
Fine.
to say it.
Okay. Well, you gaslit me on the beginning of this show about the shoes on the background. You definitely had trail shoes back there, and I don't care what anyone says. So,
AI.
all right. Let us know where we got it right, where we got wrong. YouTube comments been popping lately. Also, stay out of my DMs. You're hating on me. Just stay out. I don't want it. All right. We'll be back next week. Recap all things. Jack, next, we actually probably need to get a where are the season standings at for drafts.
I'll
we're
do
not gonna
that.
keep in track.
I did not win Phoenix. I can tell you that much.
Michelle did by
Yep.
a lot.
Hold on.
This is the. Oh, you're gonna do it right now live.
No, well, I know Melbourne. I got 18, Bracken 25.
Oh yeah. Okay. No.
Hurd
We're not
28,
just not gonna go
50
back and
for
be.
Matt.
No.
Oh
no,
God,
okay.
that is
On the
awful.
next time Jack's on the show. Next time Jack's on the show, we'll give you the updated race brain points and where we stand on the season. Hope everybody has a great week. If you're out in DC, say what's up to the homies, Rich and Marcus. I think we decided that everyone else is done racing this year, right? Except for me. Michelle, you're
I'm
taking
doing
some
New
time
York.
off, right?
New
Oh, you
York.
are racing New York. Okay. Oh, you got in.
I did.
I want
getting
to,
out of
but
hand.
not looking good.
Got your Wave Rider low highs 3s that you're going to be racing in.
Yeah. Well, now that I got those, Debo and I are definitely starching Jack and Michelle. So,
I don't know about
Michelle
that.
has them.
I will sign up
let's
for a
have
race.
the great
Exactly.
equalizer.
Seriously, Matt, I will sign up in a race with Michelle just to beat you two.
And I'll
If
come
I
with
can find a
Kirk.
ticket.
Yeah,
I think
would
people.
love
We just want to see
that.
Kirk.
We'd love to see
We
that.
just
People
wanna
would
see
love,
Kirk.
yeah, we'd love to see, we'd love to see Kirk. All right, we're out.